Türkçe oyun filmi keyfinden herkese merhaba. Ben Kaan. İyi seyirler derim.
Perhaps you can aid me in locating Hytham.
What is your purpose with him?
I have brought a sampling of goods from Ireland. That is, if I can bring my ships to dock.
Azar! I see you've met Eivor Wolfkist.
Ah, so you are Eivor. In fact, I bring you a message from Ireland.
I know no one in Ireland.
The letter is from Dublin's king. Sadly, I seem to have misplaced it.
The King of Dublin? Why would such a one write to me?
He wishes to expand trade to England. The purpose of my bringing goods here.
Azar is from the east, but lives in Ireland now. But in matters of trade, Azar, your king should petition Randvi.
He claims to know Eivor. He asked me to accompany you on the trip there.
I know no king, and I'm certainly not about to journey to Ireland.
But first, Azar, you must build a trading post. In fact, where is your trade ship?
Ah, yes. An unfortunate incident, most concerning. Trading rivals have blocked the river and thus my goods.
A blocked river hurts all Ravensthorpe. Stay, I'll put things right.
As you see, Eivor is a person of action. Find me later, when the river is safely clear.
Of course, my friend. I thank you, Eivor. I will find the king's letter in the meantime.
You keep insisting that I know an Irish king. It is a fantasy. Ah, here's the blockade to be cleared. This area is off limits. Azar, the river is clear, save for a few bodies and sticks. Your goods will get through.
Your reputation comes honestly then, though I am not sure about the name Wolfkist.
The scar on my neck.
My Viking name would then be Azar One-Eye.
Thank you, Azar One-Eye. My men will help construct your trade post.
Then I am twice indebted to you. If ever you change your mind about Ireland, I will be found in the trade post, once built. Oh, and I found your letter. Here. Prepared to go to Ireland?
Azar, you did not tell me the king was my cousin.
It was most amusing this way, was it not? A little mystery.
I prefer to know what is what. But it was a pleasant surprise.
He's eager to see you. Shall we set sail?
Yeah, I would like to see this land. And my cousin Barith.
A patchwork of petty kings jostling for hills and pastures and green glens. My adopted isle.
Azar, how is it that Barith, as knows as ice, is king of Dublin?
Dublin is a Viking city, Eivor. But in fact, merchants and beggars come from all parts to parade in its muddy streets.
Odd to think of Barith as king of a city.
It perhaps sounds grander than it is. Ireland has many kings. They litter the countryside, and Barrett's throne is not secure. Flan Shinna calls the tune.
Who is he?
Soon to be crowned High King of all Ireland. Flan distrusts Vikings, though he needs them.
Barrett will find a way. As a boy, he wasn't much of a fighter, but somehow always came out all right.
I'm sure what you say is true. Certainly he is loved by his people. Your crew can find lodging here. Come, let us find Barrett.
Eivor! Blood of my blood! Look at you! You have Aunt Rosta's cheekbones!
And you, the 7-year-old, lives in you still.
It has been a long stretch since we pelted old Ganfrid with apple cores.
He never forgave us that.
And Sigurd in the clan? How goes with all?
There is much to tell you, Barrett. But let me breathe your Irish air.
Thank you for keeping my ports from being set ablaze in my absence.
My ports? Yes, old man. I can rule my city even without you here. Eivor, you arrive in good time. I'm hosting a feast in honor of my son, Sigfrid. He is 17 today.
A 17-year-old son.
And rather a difficult boy at that. Come, there's much to show on the way to my castle.
A kingship, a son, and a castle. Truly, you have a fine life, Barrett.
Castle? It is a wooden house. Finely crafted, to be sure, but in Shiraz, it would be home to a middling rug merchant.
Lead me to your rock merchant's wooden hovel, Barrett.
Just look at her docks. Wee babe of a city, but the biggest port in all Ireland.
You cannot appreciate Irish air without enduring the stench of our docks.
It is upon the strength of this port I plan to secure my kingship.
Azar told me that your throne may not be entirely steady.
King Flan needs some persuading is all. Dublin's vast trade web will bring wealth to all Ireland. If Flan can be made to see that, my kingship and that of my children's children will be safe.
I cannot guarantee your throne, but a vast trading web is within my power.
No one else I'd trust my commerce to, old man.
You let them call you that.
I call him worse things.
Barrett, my king! I still owe you a horn of ale.
This is where I leave you.
Don't miss the banquet.
I'll be there shortly.
Sigfrid! I expect my son to act like the future king, not roll in the muck.
So Flan will take you on as his farting court jester?
Think with your head and not your arse. Flan can assure my throne, which will one day be yours.
That makes you the ass.
Enough! Eivor, my son, Sigfrid. I'm sorry, I must clear my head. Could you speak to the boy?
A lot of shit coming from that mouth. Word is, you have trouble controlling it out the other end, too.
I guess I owe you thanks for not beating me bloody.
I am not here to quarrel with you, Sigfrid.
Da speaks so highly of you. I wanted to see if you lived up to the stories.
Does anyone? You're unhappy with how your father rules.
Da has the makings of a fine king, but he chooses to play the anxious merchant instead.
A visit to Norway might do a young Vikinger like you some good.
I'd love to go with Da. Maybe the homeland would kindle his warrior spirit. Give Dublin a fair and fearsome king.
I've lost track of your father. Any idea where he might be?
He wanted to clear his head. That means he's visiting grandfather's grave. Da has a chat with him almost every day.
Bareth can commune with the dead.
No, his conversations are all one-sided. The grave sits at the top of the hill.
I'll find him. Thank you, Sigfrid.
Eivor, teach me how to hit like that sometime.
Bareth. Why so uneasy?
A king must forever be on guard. When I'm upset or uncertain, I come here to seek my father's spirit.
I didn't even ask after him. Somehow I knew he'd...
Some years ago, he was destined to die in battle, and he did.
He sits with Odin now. My family owes yours a solemn debt.
That winter, your family came to stay with us. I remember your birth, screaming like a warrior.
The plague year. No one would take us in. No one but your mother and father. I owe your family my life.
And what a life we had. I have fond memories of you and I slipping out to hunt.
In dead of night. Stars in the sky. Moonlight on snow. And that's how I got that scar.
I do feel bad about that. What about the one on your cheek?
This. A caution from the gods about my vanity.
Come, if we tell all our stories, we'll be here a week.
Do you see something?
My imagination run amok, but let us away.
Keyboard, give yourself up! Back! Grab him! Bite his hand!
Who are these men?
Damn you bastards! We'll finish you!
Who were they?
My ascension to the throne has not been without contest. The previous king's son, Thorstein, is resentful.
You told me nothing of this.
You are my guest. I'm not going to burden you with petty concerns.
Petty concerns. I now know why you've been anxious all evening.
Tis worrying. He's never been so bold before.
He sees you as a usurper to his throne.
Perhaps, but he doesn't seem to want to take it. He contents himself by stealing and smuggling with his band of ruffians. It's petty Viking raiding, but it puts me in a bad light with Flann. That's certain.
What? You know I am always the last to leave a party. What is wrong?
We were ambushed by Thorstein's men. Rivals I was not made aware of.
Small wonder King Flann does not embrace you, Bareth. You cannot keep control of the Vikings in your own city.
Thorstein makes me look like more of an arse than I do on my own.
I see. It is the High King's disfavor that makes this shameful. My cousin, I will take care of Thorstein.
No, I do not want to drag you into this sorry mess. Perhaps you'll accept silver to lie low.
For a week or two. But then he'll be back, and back again. I can remove this blot, once and for all.
Eivor, this is not your fight.
For any and all of your gods' sakes, Bareth, let Eivor help you.
As of this moment, Bareth, my arm is yours. Whatever is needed to bring Flann's smile upon you, I will do.
Eivor, I have never been so happy.
Your family saved mine those years ago. fitting reply would be to secure your throne. I will start with Thorstein.
It happens that Siegfried may know something. He once ran with Thorstein's gang.
Sadly true. Seek him tomorrow in the marketplace. After a night of carousing, he likes to recuperate there.
We will begin to forge a bond with High King Flann on Rise of Sun. Morning, Siegfried.
Eivor, it was a rough night. I drank too much and I am desperate to calm my belly.
I cannot help your belly. But could you tell me what you know of this man, Thorstein?
Ah, Dad told you I tried to join his gang, eh? Thorstein is a real Vikinger. Like you, but louder.
You weren't allowed to join.
Too young and gangly. Amar wouldn't even show me where his hideout is.
Tell me a bit about this Amar.
Likes her ale the way kittens like milk. Spends her time getting tiddly on the docks, chatting up passers-by.
I will speak to her. Perhaps Thorstein will regret not letting you in his gang.
Listen to me. If you're smart, you won't cross Amar. She's a vicious fighter.
Drinking friend.
The finest ale in town. I like fine things, so you have my attention. What are you doing here, darling?
Looking for a good drink and good company.
You've stumbled into the right ale house. Excellent ale and better conversation.
The ale leads to chatting, leads to... well, who knows?
Ooh, let's find out.
Is that all you can do?
Ooh, you are wicked.
You are a compelling woman. What is it you do?
You may have heard of Thorstein. I'm one of his most trusted friends.
I have heard of him. Very impressive that he trusts you.
He's like a brother to me. A not very bright brother. He entrusted me with the key to his secret lair.
He has a lair. I would very much like to see that.
Over in Dubke Landing? Sorry. Thorstein would get all pouty. But perhaps you'd like to join me for a meal.
I'd rather join you for something else.
Ooh, can't wait to find out what that is. But hold that thought. I don't feel well. I best move about a bit.
If they see me, this will get messy. I need to get that key from her. If I'm careful, I can avoid a fight.
Who are you? How did you get in here?
You made a mistake when you came for Barith, Makiva.
Oh, gods! You plan to kill me? Give my head to whatever Irish master you and Boris serve.
I serve no Irish master.
Bullscat! If you had any Norse loyalty, you'd be like me, running the filthy god-eaters from the island. The King of Dublin should look out for Vikings, not try to make nice with those cunts who killed our forebears. Join me. I could use someone with real balls, and the silver is good.
Be silent, and I might show you mercy. Common refuse. Delivered to your judgment, King Barith.
Thorstein, author of the plot to waylay me and my cousin.
Well, you know how it is, Bardish. A fellow needs some silver. A king could fetch Dublin's treasury in ransom. Although I'm not certain you'd bring in quite so much.
Say so, Barith, and I will cut out his insolent tongue.
On your feet, Thorstein. You bloody my floors. It is a weighty decision. I would have my closest friend advise me. Eivor, how shall I deal with this ruffian?
You must show all Dublin that your justice is swift and harsh. A miserable, drawn-out death will make it clear.
Well said, Eivor. I want no blood feud lasting generations, Thorstein. You are not worth the bother. Dublin confiscates your land and silver. I banish you forevermore. Be gone by sundown.
Bend the knee and show your thanks.
Best to you, King. I've better places to be than Dublin.
Father! Why choose weakness?
Give every enemy a length of rope. Soon they will carry your noose.
Peace. Flann Sinna will soon rule all Ireland. Flann Sinna has the power to make or undo my kingship and that of my son. He is the center of all. But Flann distrusts me. He does not believe I'm truly Christian. By showing Christian mercy, I begin to change his mind.
You are more shrewd than I took you for, cousin. Maybe Thorstein's release is worth a kingdom, but will mercy be enough?
That is why I must build trade. Flann will see that the strength of Dublin's ports is the strength of Ireland.
Show him the power of that trade, cousin. Obtain some rare item from afar, some spice or gem or weapon.
And gift it to him at the coronation. It will represent Dublin's reach and help secure my crown.
Flann will hear of your Christian mercy. Meantime, I will speak to our Tsar about a gift.
Meet me before the coronation. We will go together.
Spices that cannot be obtained anywhere else. I will see them delivered for the coronation. Flann will certainly grasp the strength of Dublin's trade. Speaking of, Eivor, there are abandoned trade posts across Ireland.
You're suggesting I claim them to increase Dublin's reach?
We will gain access to goods we could not otherwise obtain. There is great bounty to be had.
I will look for opportunities. Meanwhile, I'll find Barith. He'll be pleased to hear of Flann's gift. Flann's gift is on its way to Meath.
Very good. I was just preparing to leave for the coronation, though I now have a problem on my hands.
What is it?
Flann's poetess, Kira. She was here delivering a formal invitation, and now I do not know where she's gone.
Do you think she's in trouble?
No, I think she is amusing herself somewhere. Likely perusing Dublin's markets. We need her. The High Poetess is an important member of the King's Court. There cannot be a coronation without one.
I will find her. Where should we meet?
By Dublin's gates. I will ready the horses.
Oh, Flann, isn't he grand? He owes something here that rhymes.
Enough of your yawping! For the sake of our ears, shut your mouth!
Sure, and you're an idiot.
You are all the same.
Grab the bitch! Faye, won't you let a caged bird sing?
Shit.
I'd hoped an audience of tone-deaf Danes might permit.
Are you Kira?
Hold her down! Wonder of wonders. How much trouble can I be in at once?
Can't help you. This one comes with me.
No! She will answer for this insult!
Can't change your mind? You owe me.
Think you can swill with
Maleidreach! What was that for?
To flush the ale from you. If you think I'm going to lock you to Tara, you're mistaken.
Tara? Wait, who are you?
Barrett sent me to collect you. He's waiting at the stables.
Ah, an envoy. Tell me, how much coin would an envoy be wanting, to speak nothing of this brawl to Barith? He'll tie a guard to my hip the next time I'm in Dublin. A man can be so sensitive sometimes, do you know what I mean?
I do. Barrett is my family.
Well then, I think my mouth has gotten me in enough trouble today.
Try opening it less. Works for me. Shall we?
Barith has never spoken of you. What name do you bear?
Eivor. I hail from Norway, now settled in England with the rest of my clan.
A clan, eh? Are they all fist thumpers like you?
It is because of these fists you live to sing another day, poetess.
So true. Barith!
I was beginning to worry. What took?
There was... trouble.
No need to be so tense. Shall we ride for Tara? We don't want to be late for the coronation.
After you.
I was surprised to meet a member of your family, Barith. Eivor tells me she's come from England.
Yes, Eivor is helping to establish trade in Dublin, secure valuable resources with faraway lands. In time, Dublin will become the heart of Ireland's trade, one that each and every kingdom can benefit from.
That will no doubt please the future High King.
Yes, well, above trade, I am hoping Flann can see Dublin as a friend and ally.
You and many others.
A relationship with Barrett would be one worth fostering. It would be foolish of your king to ignore it.
It appears Eivor is not abreast with our kingly history, Barith.
We were hoping to have a meeting with Flann. My wish is to strengthen our ties. Can you see it done?
Perhaps. We will see how the evening goes. Quite the event, hmm?
Spared no expense, that much is clear.
Ara, my lady, one of the priests has gone missing. A violent mess is left of his tent. I fear something terrible has happened.
Missing? Are you sure?
Could be nothing. Could mean danger. Where's Flann?
He's not yet arrived.
That gives us some time. Kira, act as if nothing were amiss. Barrett and I will look into it. Where is this tent?
Up the hill, to the left.
Be careful.
Looks like they hit a snag. Recognize him?
That is Senan, the priest. Bastard stripped him of his clothes.
That camp up there. What is it?
Anachdu is no camp, though it appears someone has made it into one.
Let's go.
What do you think?
The priest was kidnapped. They took his clothes. I believe whoever did this means... Flann. The letter is unsigned. An unknown enemy.
Any story?
The priest is dead, and so too are his killers. Bandits. I found this. It's an order to kill Flann. One of them was to disguise himself as a priest. Cut Flann's throat during the coronation.
Right under our noses.
Why take the risk? Why not poison? Or striking at him in his sleep?
Poison can fail, and to kill him in his sleep lacks spectacle. But your point is sound. The killer would not have made it out alive. He was ready to die. Whoever plotted this is intent on seeing Flann fall. We need to warn him.
After the coronation, I will not have this gnawing at him. Flann earned this. He will enjoy it. Meet him afterward at his quarters in Durrow. He will make time for you there. Now, if you will take my excuses, I need to tidy up.
Come along, Eivor.
The water was not that murky, was it?
You don't know much about the role of a poetess, do you, Eivor?
Enlighten me.
I will. Well, what are you waiting for? I asked to be excused. That meant you as well.
I see other kings here. News of Flaun's inauguration has reached far and wide. Come, we should join them.
Is that him? Flaun?
Yes,
What are they doing?
blessing him. Abbot Owen is the highest-ranking official among the Christians. His blessing asserts that Flaun is ready to fill the boots of his predecessor. It is all done before the Lia Fall, a sacred stone that is said to endow the rightful kings with long reigns.
Does it work?
Depends on what you consider long.
Coronations along. Where is the food?
You have not changed.
I am here. I may as well enjoy myself.
Flan for edin yici kokıç tualcak tuas donach for grit for paniat nar Robswan, Robsudin yariye Rim kolabra Noko give up dina brekta Ribazavra Film bunye doğum lava Buat gan knetjam Korop sudin schlicht not bogenjem Flan for Erik Flan for
And with that, Flaun's enemies multiply.
This warring of dynasties runs deep. If he's a smart king, he'll be eager for allies.
Smart he is, but also impassioned. His plan to subdue the north is not driven by power so much as it is bloodlust.
Back there on our ride from Dublin, Kira made it seem there was more to you and Flaun. What am I missing?
A detail. A large detail. You see, the northern king who crowned me, Ed Findlia, he murdered Flaun's father and took his place as High King. Then, as is custom, he married Flaun's mother.
Safe to say there is no love lost between you.
None. To Flaun, Ed was a venomous snake, and so too are the ones he favored. Winning his trust will be no simple task.
We just thwarted an attempt on his life. That should at least perk his ears up.
Let us hope. I will leave immediately for Duro. Meet me there as soon as you can.
Bareth, we welcome you to Duro. It has been a long time.
Thank you for meeting with me, Lord. I trust our gift was well received.
exotic spices, all of which are foreign to me. I am impressed.
Only a taste of things to come. Dublin will soon be known as the pillar of Ireland's trade. To a long life and prosperous reign, my king.
Such fealty. You honor me. You must be Eivor. My gratitude for your selfless actions and what preceded my coronation.
Lord?
It seems my enemies could not wait for my reign to begin before trying to put an end to it. An old tale between northern and southern Ian, I'm afraid. But it's one whose ending I will be the author of.
Planning a war?
A High King should have control over his land. And I shall. If it takes a bloody war, I must be prepared for it.
Dublin's trade has plenty to offer and plenty of stout fighters, Eivor included, ready to fight alongside you.
I appreciate your desire to strengthen the ties between Meath and Dublin. And as much as I find myself in need of aid, it appears you find yourself undermined by your own people.
What do you mean?
During the coronation, a monastery was raided and a Christian text was lost. The Book of Kells. Dublin Danes are to blame. Your support will be of great help, let me be clear. But this capriciousness will sooner harm me than help me.
Take it the book is important.
Authored by monks from the monastery of Iona some 80 years ago it was. After the Danes first reached our shores. It was meant to preserve the Christian faith in uncertain times. Today, it is a symbol of that perseverance.
If I retrieve the book, set straight the ones who did this, would you welcome Bareth into your court?
It would help.
These Danes, you know where they are?
In a bog in Inch Row, just north of here.
Eivor, this is my responsibility.
Remain here. I'll see it done.
Oh!
It's you! Thought we told you to leave, Thorstein.
Leave Dublin. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is not Dublin.
You did not understand you were not to be seen again.
Oh, come now. How was I to know you would find your way out here? Why are you here?
Looking for a book you stole. You raided a monastery recently.
Oh, it was several monasteries, actually. These new friends of mine do not tire easily.
The book is important to the Christians. I need it back.
The Christians? Ha! See? You are an Irish lapdog. I do not have it. Are you upset? Please do not be upset. You are upset,
I am running out of reasons to let you live.
I know where it is. Boyne Tombs. Some strange folks offered me this hoard for it. I could not resist. Could you? See? You understand. We are very alike, you and I. I could just as well be your brother. Do not kill me.
Thorstein, your blood is not worthy of my steel.
I could not agree more.
Now vanish. I mean it this time. A third encounter you will not walk away from.
Oh, I am through with Ireland. My ankles ache for how I must dance around all of these kings. It offers nothing. Except for this. I will just take this. And this.
The book. Have you found it?
Its popularity is ever increasing.
This is Owen, Abbot of Armagh. The book is for him.
I remember, from the coronation.
I pray you did not have to endure much to reclaim this.
A small price to ensure the High King's patronage.
What's this? Lord, you are chosen High King by God Almighty. These are pagans. I mean no disrespect.
We Norse have hardened shells, Abbot. It is why we are liked by so many.
I only mean to warn Flann of the possible implications. Nothing more.
And I am well aware of them, Abbot.
I have spoken past what is right. I will take my leave. Lord, please excuse this clumsy intrusion.
No need. I am gladdened to see the book is back in good hands.
He is colorful.
I do not blame the abbot for raising alarm. History dictates he has every reason to. What is your report?
I have dealt with the leader in the bog. You'll have no more problems coming out of Dublin.
Then we shall turn our eyes to the problem at hand. Ulster is using its power to sway Connacht, an allegiance that must be snuffed before it takes flame. For that, we need to gain support from the other kingdoms. Speak with Kira. She will guide you in this.
I shall return to Dublin to gather men and resources for the march.
I welcome them. When we are strong enough, we will meet at Knockfree and devise a strategy.
You were gone some time. What happened?
The book was in the hands of a strange cult. They procured it from Thorstein.
I was weak to spare him. My own son knew better.
Chin up, Barith. We have come into favor with the High King.
I will feel better the day Flann's trust in me is not shadowed by doubt. Back to Dublin I go. Talk to Kira. We must gain favor with the other kings, quickly.
Flann and Barith have found common ground, seeing as you're still here.
They have.
Ara, and how much of your charm seeped into that conversation?
I merely showed the High King I'm a Norse he can trust.
It is more than that. You've certainly left your mark here. Sure, I think Flann is fond of you.
Is he the only one?
You're not shy, are you?
Just perceptive. We need to curry favor with as many kingdoms as we can. Flann said you could help with that.
Aye. The kings of Ireland have long sent their grievances to the High King's court in hopes their pleas be heard. Their problems range from petty squabbles to larger issues. I've taken the liberty of sifting through them, choosing the ones that might elicit the best response.
I see. The bigger the favor, the bigger the reward.
There you have it. Keep an eye out for pigeon coops. That's where I'll leave any noteworthy tasks. Help solve their woes, and the kings will pay tribute with the men and supplies we need to invade.
Missing piece has arrived. Welcome, Eivor.
Lord, this has the looks of a Norse war camp. Plenty of stout-looking men.
The fruits of your labors, Eivor. The kings you've helped have sent men and more as tribute. You have my thanks.
Thank me later. A battle looms.
True enough. Your cousin awaits inside the tent of command. I'll soon follow to plan our next move.
Ah, Eivor! Look at me, part of Flann's war council. Not bad for a Vikingur, eh?
You've gained his trust.
I wouldn't say that, no. He's a bit suspicious of me, in fact. But he needs my army, so he holds his nose.
Of course he does. Vikings smell.
My king.
We are ready to deliver Alec a weighty blow. But our enemies are now alerted, and will rally in greater numbers.
Cashel Castle divides Ulster and Connacht. Taking it would isolate each from each.
Cashel is a stepping stone to all the north. It is an imposing fortress atop a steep cliff. It must be ours.
But, for that very reason, Lord, It will cost us dearly to storm it.
Loss of men is a price well paid. Victory will bring many more flocking to our cause.
Take care, King. Your ambition may overleap your reason.
What is your counsel, Eivor?
Cunning over courage. A single spy slips in and breaks the gate locks. Then our soldiers flood in.
It is worth the attempt. You seem to have a feel for this, Eivor. I select you as this single spy.
Eivor?
It's a good challenge.
We have a scout near the castle. She may be able to help you. Bravely done, Eivor. Cashalor will be ours!
I count on you, cousin! Flon, watch your flank!
Press on, Eivor! Press on!
King!
Sack the castle! Go witch! Your time's up! You're going down! Launch it. To a battle well fought and blood well spilt.
To Ireland!
Skull!
Ah! Another cup, my king? Where's our court poet? This deserves a song. Eivor, it is essential that you speak with her.
Kira, is she here?
I greeted her arrival. She will build my glory throughout Ireland. Her song will be repeated in every village and hamlet. You, Eivor, with your keen eye, can give details of my bravery. The bravery of all my soldiers, for her to craft a ballad.
I'll give her your message, O brave king. Beareth, you deserve another drink.
And you as well. Come back for another before the night is out.
You sing with conviction.
It is the mournful song of the Liafal, the ancient stone you saw at the coronation.
That stone, it seemed to...
The legend is that the stone will bring woe. But the song claims if Ireland came to peril, the stone would rain a storm of wonders.
From where would the song draw this wisdom?
I do not know, but my mother sang it. My mother's mother sang it as well, and her mother and hers. Back to the very first woman of the Isle. The mere sound of the words connects me to my ancestors and this fertile soil.
You are lucky. I've left my land far behind.
You need not leave to feel the land change beneath you. That's why I'm stuck in this court like some sort of dancing goat.
Surely you can leave any time you wish.
I can, and I will. But not until Flann rules all Ireland.
Is he such a great man as that?
He understands that to be king is to be king of all. Though I'm pagan, he made me court poet. He respects the old ways.
I admire your passion.
Thank you for that. Not everyone is so appreciative.
I appreciate you for all your qualities, Kira.
I've got more than a fine voice for singing, if that's what you're asking. Is that what you're asking?
I'm asking if you'd like to take advantage of a Norse who finds herself alone with a bewitching Irish woman.
Ara, don't you have a way with words, Eivor? And I'm not saying never.
I understand. Ah, I all but forgot. Flon sent me to remind you to begin his ballad.
He needn't worry. I know my purpose here.
If it is as glorious as that song was lovely, Flon is certain to gain many followers.
Good night, Eivor. I'll see you in the morning. Slan.
Good night, Kira.
Come, the army has been poisoned.
Curse of Loki.
Speak, our son! Who?
That's the man, my king!
You accuse Bareth?
It's him what gave me the poison. 7 silver he paid.
Huh. The king of Dublin.
My king, I...
Only the Irish were poisoned. Your Danes are hale and hearty.
My lord.
Flattering words and servile gifts, all to mask treachery.
My lord, you know this cannot be true. Danes don't use poison, and Bareth is no man of guile.
My king, it was him! He says to me, poison the feckin' Irish, he says. He threatened me life!
Silence!
Ah!
Take this man away!
No. I done nothing!
Kira, I chose to place you at my right hand because you see clear. Still, I cannot trust this Dublin Dane.
My king, I have faithfully served you.
Trust him better, Lord.
I said silence. Danes often fight for either side. Bareth, stay within these castle walls while I consider your position. I must first find care for my soldiers.
You well know, my king. I have a friend who can heal most any malady.
Ah, one of your scattered coven of forest-dwelling pagans.
Let me speak with her. She'll find a cure.
Ara, go. Take a soldier with you for protection.
I choose you as my soldier. Meet me at the stables near the front gate.
Bareth, you should be grateful your head is still upon your shoulders.
I am. By the gods, I am.
Kira, are you ready at last to return to the joys of the forest?
Deirdre, this is my friend Eivor. I'm sorry to say we've come for help.
Fear me. I hoped the auguries were mistaken. Children of Danu?
Yes. Flan's army is spitting blood.
You know what is needed.
I'd hoped you'd find another way.
What is this about?
The children of Danu make the poison, but they also hold the key to its cure.
Amber, made from the sap of an ancient tree sacred to them. Each child of Danu carries a shard of this amber.
Once steeped in its owner's blood, the power that is held deep within the amber is set free.
This is a somber request. How will I find one of these dark druids?
A friend of ours tried to discover the identities the Danu have taken. He hoped to find one called the Wren.
Then that friend was killed. The Danu are truly dangerous.
You may find something in his abandoned house, up north near Port Ollie trading post at the mouth of the Ballysadere.
I will find this Wren, steep the amber in his blood, and return once I have done.
I pray the spirits guide you. Eivor, I worried you'd come to harm.
I did not, but the Wren did.
May the Wren's blood ooze into the lonely earth and feed the forest with red milk. Give me the shard for the cure. The humors of the ancient tree live on in the amber now sparked by blood. Look, it turns deep crimson. The cure will be painful. The soldiers will writhe and plead to be killed as a mercy. But in a few hours, they will be well.
Thank the spirits of the earth.
The wren carried a note.
A note?
The poisoning and the plan to accuse Bareth was the doing of someone called the Cursed. There is a cottage in Tuam where the Cursed hides. Perhaps we can find who made the poison there.
It is a small hope, but hope still. It is nearby. We must go.
Not yet. The cure is prepared. You must deliver it as quickly as you can.
I will look for this mysterious Cursed. You take the cure to Cashalor.
3 or 4 drops on each soldier. No more.
Thank you, good friend. Goodbye. Eivor, I'll meet you under the tree outside Tuam, heading south.
The Cursed will be your second child of Danu, Eivor. There are others. Were you to bring me all their shards, I could mix you a potion that would give you the first of the blazing sun.
I will fell this one. Then I will think on the others and your mysterious son.
Before you go, there is a darkness rolling toward Kira. Please watch over her.
Bareth escaped Flaun's wrath.
He has, and is much relieved. The soldiers are coming back to themselves. What have you learned?
The Cursed will perform a sacrificial ritual.
Sacrifice? Faye, the Cursed is then a High Druid.
I learned that she is. But what does that mean?
She wields great power. She will be protected by her acolytes.
Not only her acolytes. I also learned the ceremony will be protected by what was it? A pook.
A puka? That will be dangerous, but we've no choice. The ritual will likely be held at Carnagan. We must look there.
What is a puka? A kind of animal?
A kind of animal? I will explain on the way. Come. They were once marvelous creatures, able to take the forms of any animal. Now, they're dangerous.
Is this a jest?
Have you no such creatures in Norway?
There is Fenrir, wolf to the gods, but he is unusual.
Well, pukas are common in Ireland.
Pukas? Sacrificial rituals. Is this your world?
The children of Danu are an aberration. True pagans oppose them. Flann knows our traditions will disappear without his support. He has pledged not to let that happen. Careful now. Pukas are quick.
The puka! Follow it!
This fog enters into my head.
Mine as well.
Did the wolf speak? What in the 9 realms was that beast?
Wished. The ritual has begun. This way.
Defile this sacred spot. You betrayed us. I curse you with all the powers of the moon.
Your curses mean nothing.
You drew back when we most needed your awful might. And now...
The cursed is dead.
She accused you of betraying the children of Danu.
I was once one of them.
How can this be?
Deirdre warned me against them, but back then it seemed the only hope.
You knew these people. Why did you not direct me to the Wren?
They only wanted to use me. Distrustful and secretive. I never knew their true names or anything about them. A glen of great beauty lies on our road. Find me when you're ready, and I'll confess my errors there.
It is beautiful.
I used to wash away my cares and pain in this pond. Would it be all right if I...
Of course.
As a young girl, when the Christians cleared the forests of Druids, I fled and stumbled on this spot. How would I survive? My friends, the world I knew. Soon, I turned to the children of Danu. At first, they pledged simply to keep the old ways alive. Then, one by one, Druids turned to dark rituals.
Then they turned to worse.
Yes, even murder. I disavowed the children, and now pray for their destruction.
The High Druid spoke of some sort of awful might.
Fantasies, an ancient fable of a people long lost. The Druids are now dispersed without a champion.
You have King Flann.
My hopes are placed in him, but am I a fool? He has no deep love of the past. He hopes to build a new Ireland. He pledges that my people will be part of it. But once he's king, storms will come. I cannot know where he will take refuge.
You are no fool.
You and I have been through much together. We came near death. I would like to celebrate life.
Is this why you brought me to this place?
'Tis a lovely glen. Perhaps we could pass some time here.
I would like very much to pass some time with you.
Aye, lovely. Lovely indeed.
Eivor, I have you and Kira to thank for curing my men. Even if the source of this succor does not sit easily with me.
Not all Druids are your enemies, Lord. It is the children of Danu who attacked you.
Kira has told me of this Druid cult. They are no great threat if they must strike from the shadows.
Perhaps they only sought to sow doubt among their enemies, and the friends of their enemies.
I regret my earlier distrust, but I've seen too much Irish blood spilt by Danes to give trust easily.
I know what it is to be bloodbound, Lord. It burns so bright it can blind to all else.
So, King, if Alach is the prize, how do you mean to take it? The ring fort there is the strongest in all the lands.
Yet the kings of Alach dwell outside its protection, foolishly leaving themselves vulnerable.
Still, that's a long march over uncertain soil. Your army will be exposed to forces unknown.
Abaddon has offered land at Claher, where our army will make camp. From there, we move on to Alach.
This just arrived. The kings of Alach want to talk peace.
They surrender before you touch their soil. I know those who would die for such a reputation.
I don't like it. The wording is vague. Asking much and promising little.
What's the harm in hearing them out? If we start with the sword, we have nowhere else to go. They know me, they'll listen.
You would speak for me.
If you would honor me with your trust.
Do you have an opinion, Eivor? Or will you simply side with your cousin?
It is not my decision to make, Lord. Too much is balanced on the edge of Skull's sharp blade.
So, you would leave it to your fate. Drift along like a leaf on the river. My life has been one of warfare, plots and intrigue. I have never known the trust of a brother, and do not give mine over easily. Bareth MacIver, King of Dublin, I hereby authorize you to speak for me, Flann Sinna, High King of Ireland and all of her people.
I will honor the faith you have placed in me, my king.
Do I have your blessing to accompany Bareth, King Flann?
I'll not waste our time on formalities, Eivor. But you'll not be going with Bareth. I need you elsewhere.
Tell me where.
You must build up some goodwill among the northern Aele, as you've done for other kingdoms. Kira will provide the details at the pigeon coops.
I will earn you their favor, Lord, for the trust you've shown my cousin. Let's see.
God has heard my prayers.
You flatter me, Lord, but what's wrong? Where's Bareth?
He's not returned, nor have 2 messengers sent after him.
This cannot be simple misfortune. It hints at some dark design.
Let me go after him, Lord. If he lives, I will find him.
Even with your cunning and guile, you would not go unchallenged. Not without a king's pass, and few Vikings have those.
I'd wager a few from Donegal do.
Donegal, a Norse settlement.
A port on the western shore. A fair bit of their trade finds its way to Aljach, so someone there is bound to have a pass.
Is this port well guarded?
It's crawling with Norsemen grown lazy on success. They'd not expect someone to go Viking on them.
Good. I'll go to Donegal now and get one of these passes. With your leave, Lord.
If it means fewer lives lost, you have my blessing.
Who are you to come before the kings of Ilar unannounced?
Fergal. You're not Fergal. I don't know you.
I am Sturm of Donegal. Who is Fergal?
The King of Dublin speaks of a cousin who advised us for a time. A glorified goat herder who should have taken our advice. So, Sturm, what brings a Viking from Donegal here?
You tell me. I came at your invitation.
There's some mistake. I sent no such message. It wasn't me. It could have been you-know-who. But he hates Vikings. Forgive my brother's bluntness. We will get to the root of this, I assure you. Can I offer you a drink?
Yes? More drink? I haven't seen the bottom of my cup since I got here. If I wasn't a trusting man, I'd say they're trying to keep me drunk.
No drink for me. I'll return when you have finished your king's business.
If it's not drink you're wanting, you should take a tour of the ring fort. It's renowned throughout the land.
As we've told you several times, King Barda, the ring fort of Arla is not open to guests. In fact, you could even say that it's closed for a select few.
Ah, so you're keeping prisoners there. Oh, have a drink, you two. Do you think I haven't taken a few hostages myself?
I'll seek out a place to rest until you remember why I was summoned here.
Of course. Of course. Your pass will grant you free run of this place.
If you see Fergal, say hello for me.
For the last time, Barth, the ring fort is off limits.
Join us, cousin. We've been having a grand old time, the kings and I.
It's the abbot who's turned this place into a prison. He's taken hostages from all the families to control all of Ireland.
Shut your gab, Donald. Owen will kill you if you talk too much.
And Flan will kill us if we don't.
It's like Donald said. It was Owen. He told us to delay whoever came until...
Until what?
Until the abbot can move his forces in.
How many men? How many?
We don't know. No one does. He has some companies at Armagh, more men than he lets on. That's all I know.
Left to my cousin, you'd both be puddles of blood and guts. But King Flan might spare your heads. You'll be treated as hostages, not prisoners, until your king decides what to do with you. Now, think on your sins. It'll be easier in the end to let them keep their crowns, but they don't need to know that yet.
Flan must learn of this trap.
I've already sent messengers telling him to pull his army back. I wasn't going to sit on my arse waiting for you.
I'm impressed.
Don't be. It took days of drinking that swill before Neil finally grew bored and careless.
You've outdone yourself. I'll be sure to let the king know who the real hero was today.
Thanks to you, cousin. Make sure that message reached Flan and I'll join you all later. May Sol and Mauni guide ye.
Eivor, you did well at Alec. We march in the morning. I think it no small thing for you to lead my honor guard.
Did you not get Barrett's message, Lord? You must pull back, not move forward. This ruse is part of a larger trap, not yet sprung.
Barrett believes to know the minds of these kings, but the church has taken root and flourished since my uncle's day.
The church is behind the plot against you. Did the message say nothing of Abbot Owen?
King Neil and King Donald were doubtless seeking to cast blame elsewhere. The church is a convenient scapegoat.
What if there's some truth to Barrett's suspicions?
Owen is the abbot of Armagh, God's appointed in Ireland. I cannot doubt him on the word of a friend.
You mean a pagan?
Why are you all still here? Did my message not get through?
It did, but King Flan is not convinced.
You must pull out a clawher now, my king, before we are surrounded by Owen's army.
You do not command me, Barrett McKeever. If there was an army, my scouts...
Your scouts are dead. Baldur's blood, Flan. How many must die before you learn to trust?
You forget yourself, Barrett. Do not invoke your false gods in my presence.
Listen, what's that?
Owen's wolves have arrived. I didn't come this far to die in a tent, my king.
We're under attack!
Come on!
Drive them from the heart of the village!
Do not wager on it!
If we hold off this assault, we will save...
I'll be your shield!
We held them off. At a great cost.
Eivor, where is Barrett?
Barrett! Can you hear me? Barith.
Eivor.
I'm here.
A glorious end, don't you think? Worthy of a saga, maybe. And you thought I'd gone soft.
No one knew your true measure.
Not even you, cousin. You had your doubts. Good thing I was too stupid to give up.
Your bravery will be remembered, Barith. I'll see to it. Hold your weapon well, cousin. I will see you in Valhalla.
Siegfried is my Valhalla, Eivor. Valhalla need not be a place. It can be a legacy. Flann must back him. Have him swear by his God. There's nothing the Christians fear more than their Almighty's wrath.
It will be done.
A hero's funeral. Barith has become a greater man in death than he was in life.
Or maybe we were too small to see his full size.
A harsh truth. But fair. He saw more clearly than I. And I ignored his counsel. Owen will pay for his death.
What then? When the abbot is gone and you've tamed the north? What of Siegfried? Will you give him your royal support?
When he has proven himself. It would not be good politics at this time.
Trolls take your politics. Barith gave his life in your service. If this is how you repay loyalty, you'll be in short supply.
Twice you stung me with truth. I'll return the favor. Siegfried isn't ready. But he could be, with proper teaching.
Good. He'll benefit from your wisdom.
And my support. But neither throne will be secure while Owen lives.
We'll throttle the snake. And afterward, the fate of this land will be in your hands. Yours and Siegfried's.
The horses are being made ready, my king. Sure you don't want to rest your bones and leave by dawn's light?
My thoughts ride too rough for sleep. I've an army and reputation to reclaim. The second may prove harder than the first.
My mother used to tell me how the Morrigan would feed on the death of heroes, then fill men's heads with thoughts of war. I imagined using the Tara Stone to drown out their song, the way Bishop Patrick drove the snakes from Ireland.
There's no power strong enough to do what you say. Not even the gods can change fate. The world is destined to end in war.
'Twas not but the fantasy of a young girl, so...
Tell Flann I'll come to him after I've arranged things with Siegfried.
Tell him yourself. I'm not leaving yet.
Eivor! We will march upon Armagh immediately!
This place smells like a brewer's hut.
I will blood eagle the abbot with my own hands. I will blanket the north with the skulls of petty kings.
Enough! If you charge into Armagh like a berserker, they will crucify you like their Christ.
I'm sorry to tell you, my king. The siege weapons you requested are being held by Armagh.
Hell have that abbot. Those weapons were to be a show of the strength of Dublin's new king.
Forget about shows of strength. Cast your fortunes with Flann. The High King will be a powerful ally if you back him now. Where are these weapons coming from? Who's supplying them all?
A shadowy web of pirates run by a druid cult. They roost along the northern coast, looting and trading in equal measure.
These druids, do they call themselves the Children of Danu?
In fact, they do. Led by one they call the Seed. Now that you have their scent, I wish you a good hunt. If there is nothing more, my king, I will return to my shop.
I will gather what forces I can wherever I can, and join them to Flans. Together we will avenge my father.
You have a strength that comes from him. When you find that, men will follow.
Eivor, come in. Sigfrid tells me you've been hunting pirates in the north.
Allies of Amma, providing weapons and other supplies. I've cut them off.
God is truly with us. Owen is weakened, and will soon taste God's justice.
Do you have the men to take Amma?
We do, thanks to Sigfrid. He has rallied Vikings from every corner of Ireland.
How did you convince the Norse to fight for you?
I told him of a monastery full of silver to be looted.
Your father would not have made such a promise.
And he would not have raised as many men.
You cannot win the goodwill of the people by destroying their homes, or their church.
But, my lord, these men came expecting a raid. If we deny
If
them
I may, I think in this case some burning might be useful.
Tell me how.
When we were attacked at Clother, Owen didn't stop there. He burned Cashel as well, to send a message. It is our turn to light up the land with fire and smoke to let the people know that Amma has fallen.
Burn what you must, but keep your warriors leashed. Kill only those who oppose us and spare the church.
As you command, my king.
There is something else. Abbot Owen leads the Children of Danu.
So, the poisoning, the ambush, they were all part of Owen's nefarious schemes. We'll cleanse our ma of this unholy filth. Sigfrid and I will prepare our men. Join me when you're ready. Choose a good view, dear poet. It'll be a battle for the ages.
Thank you for not saying anything about my past.
The past is past, and not our future.
I swear, Eivor, you really are like a hero out of folk tales. Do I have permission to sing your song?
You do. Once I've had a chance to finish it.
Thank God's good grace.
Some part of those thanks should go to Sigfrid, Lord.
Aye, I'll not forget his role today. He's a good man, but he lacks his father's seasoning.
Then you must show him what it is to lead, Lord, in the court and on the field.
Come, let us flush out this false abbot without delay.
Yes, Owen must answer for his actions. There are fewer defenders than I expected.
They cower behind their walls. Let's strike while we have the advantage.
Move forward, but remain alert. God will guide the right. We have no other choice! Reach that gate! The bridge is down!
My Norsemen are ready. Smash them and...
Leave the barbarian to me! They attack from above! Clear the ramparts! Unleash God's wrath on these sinners! These are soldiers, not farmers! Don't hold back! Climb the door!
A trap! I knew it looked too easy.
We clear the area.
for you.
Leave this house of God, Flanshina, or be cursed with his wrath eternal.
You desecrate this holy place with foul corruption. You are a sickness to be purged.
God will be my judge, not you. You act the Christian king, but let pagans and wolves do your dirty work.
Do not preach about playing both sides. I know you lead the children of Danu.
Do you? Then you should know you cannot win. My children are everywhere, even in your court.
Who do you mean?
Kira had the makings of a high priestess, but she was careless. Dabbled with forces she could not control.
Don't listen, Flawn. He tries to cloud your judgment.
Small wonder she charmed her way into your court. She's always been attracted to men of power.
You lie, devil.
Huh. Love conceals blemish and evil. It's easy to lose sight when you're following a woman's backside.
There's no shame in keeping your hands clean of this filth. Let me do your dirty work.
It's God's work.
Protect your abbot! You shall not let your cattle breed with a different kind. You shall not sow your field with two kinds of seed.
Do not quote scripture to me, devil. May your tongue burn for eternity while your throat is pierced with jagged glass.
No. You would rather have a song from your pagan poetess. If she didn't tell you about the children of Danu, what other secrets does she keep?
He tries to poison your mind with his dying words, Lord. Don't let them in.
Could he speak truth?
The best liars mix truth with lies. If she was part of that cult, she isn't anymore.
You're right, of course. This fetid air befouls my thoughts. Let us step out into God's cleansing light.
It is a beautiful land.
We are a blessed people.
Word of our victory spreads like fire in a dry field. I couldn't stop all the looting, my king. But I made certain the people were spared.
They will sing of the High King who cleansed the church at Armagh, and the King of Dublin, who fought with honor at his side.
And the hero who came from the land of heroes who helped them win the day.
All will be remembered. The living and the dead.
"'Tis done."
Here are your blood-soaked bits of amber.
I felt them die, each by each.
Boil these shards. Make your potion.
I shall. I've been preparing for this since we met.
You spoke of great power?
The spear. You'll have it in your hands soon enough. Once you defeat Balor.
You said nothing of this?
Surely you remember Balor. He is heat, drought, a scorching sun come to earth.
I know of no such creature.
Many heroes fell to him, but Woden would not. The lance called Gay Bullock pierces his flesh. This is where he is weak. Are you ready to fight him?
Let me drink.
Drink deeply. You'll remember. Balor is ancient. He is chaos itself. Defeat him, and the spear is yours.
I have waited for you these many centuries, Fjolnir.
I have come for your power.
Take it then. You are twice blind to believe you can defeat me. The wrath of this. I will scorch you to cinders.
Defeated. I must speak to Deirdre.
I felt you would prevail.
It was an unusual contest.
The spear, Gay Bullock, is yours for crushing the children of Danu and defeating Balor. Kira will be pleased the Danu have been quenched.
She fights hard for those she calls true druids.
Keep the spear close, Eivor. I sense a great battle ahead.
Goodbye, Deirdre.
Slán, Eivor. Slán.
Eivor, I'm sorry. I did not notice you.
Azar, is everything all right?
Yes. No, it will be, once that bastard is dead and hanging from my rafters as sausages.
I believe I know who this is about.
Konstantinos has come to Ireland. Yesternight, his ship pulled into the bay.
I will deliver you his head.
Your offer is appreciated, Eivor, but not necessary.
He threatens our trade, does he not? I protect my greater interest and provide my partner a service.
Very well. But do not deprive me of my revenge. Bring him back to me alive.
I'd hoped to finish you this time.
You were always careless.
At least I took your eye. And your brother, the sniveling sop, along with your loud bitch of a screaming mother. Come on, have at it. Let's end this quickly.
Quickly? Oh no, no, my dear Constantinos. This will last a very long time indeed. Why else have I sharpened so many implements? I will unmake you tenfold for what you've done.
You make a sorry Cyclops. Damn you to hell!
What has happened?
They have summoned Flawn. I hope he shows soon, if only to end this bickering.
Speak.
Lord, there has been much deliberation these last few days. News of Owen has spread like a mountain fire.
The people are frightened. We are unsettled, to say the least. A trusted abbot unveiled as a pagan conspirator.
The Druids have permeated the church at the highest level. There's no telling how far down it goes.
Something must be done. We must rid them of this land. Begin an inquisition.
How dare you speak like this? Owen acted alone.
He belonged to a sect. There are others like him. Do you deny it?
I do not deny it. But then you will speak only of the children of Danu.
A weed that grew from Druid roots. If we allow it to thrive, how can we ever be certain this will not happen again?
Flom, I do not like what these men are implying. Do not entertain this.
You would presume to tell your king what to do. You, who share those Druid roots. You even know this sect by name. Perhaps, like Owen, there is more to you than meets the eye.
Bastard!
Enough! Speak to her like that again, and rats will sup on you. Alive.
Apologies, my king. Poetess. I do not mean to cast suspicion, only to draw a very real comparison. We do not know from where the next threat will come, and we cannot simply hope that it will not come. We must put aside our differences and come together as Christians if we wish to preserve an Ireland under God.
Flan, if you do this...
I know well where you stand, Kira. Are there any others who wish to speak?
I will. This gathering shows us something very clear. That there is solidarity in this cause. If we do nothing, the weeds will continue to sprout, leading to unrest across the kingdoms. But if we act, begin an inquisition, it will lead to unity this land has sorely lacked.
These are my people, Siegfried!
And there are those within who threaten the very fabric of this land. Can you really stand there and defend them?
Anyone else?
What is being proposed is a bold strategy, the consequences of which cannot be properly weighed just now. You must allow time to reflect, Lord.
Every moment we waste weakens our position. Lord, we kings are all in agreement. There is but one move to make.
We will launch an inquisition. Every druid will face a choice. Reform or exile. The future of Ireland is a wholly Christian one.
Kira!
Get out! Leave me be!
What is this? What are you doing?
Flan, spineless fool. What was he thinking?
He saw an opportunity to unite the kingdoms. He seized it. It is what any king would do.
Do not defend him.
I am not, but consider what would happen. if he ignored these allied kings. You're right to be upset. But you know Flann best. This was not a decision he made lightly. Let us go back and talk with him. If anyone can convince him to reconsider, it's you.
Oh, I will. Whether he wants to or not.
What?
I am sorry, Eivor. I cannot let them erase us.
Eivor! Can you hear me? Eivor! Are you alright?
Did you see Kira?
I expected her here. Eivor? What is that? I think it's Kira.
It must be. I do not know what she's trying to do, but she's angry.
This is my fault. I must speak with her.
It may be too late for that. She said she would not let you erase the Druids.
But what means would she use?
The Leah Fall. I think she'll try to use it to stop you. Kira!
Leave! Leave now!
Kira!
You want to rid the world of us? I'll rid it of you!
Where is she? Oh dear.
The sword, Flann. Stay close to me.
Eivor! What do we do?
Fight!
These are my...
It's them or you! Now fight!
Get back!
They will not listen. Kira's taken the reason somehow. Defend yourself! I cannot let you walk this path.
You would stand in my way? I thought you of all people would understand!
I do! This is too far!
There could be peace between us.
Just another...
Keep your guard up.
Kira! Where are you? Kira!
Flann?
I will raise the stakes. How about the king's blood on your hands?
Eivor!
This is not a force you can control, Kira! It will consume... It's enough, Kira! Surrender now!
Nothing but a ruthless raider. Hollow inside. You speak of honor. Where is yours?
You know!
With Gareth, his son, another pawn in this endless war.
He is my blood!
Ah, yes. And you will throw away all reason to defend what you are sworn to. I am no different. My people will live to see tomorrow, if it means I have to kill you today. You fighting!
Battle-hardened over many victories. Do not make me add another.
Do as you must. As will I.
I buried in battle lust. Now stop, Kira, before it's too late.
I will die before I let them trample us! I told you I would never see the Druids into darkness. Why pretend to be my ally?
I pretended nothing. I hoped you could be better. Better than Owen.
Don't compare me to that demon!
No? Look around you. You set in motion what the children of Danu hoped you could. You became the vessel for their plot.
I always have been. After Mother died, I became the last. The last who could awaken the Leafal. Never did I think I would use this gift so foolishly.
What now?
It ends. Owen, the children of Danu, they only exist in pursuit of the stone's power, and I am the key to unleashing it. You must kill me. Kill me, Eivor. If I die, Tara's power dies with me, and there will be nothing left to lead my people astray. The old ways will return. Let me do this. Let me save them. Please.
You may be the key to this power, but the stone is the source. Destroy it.
You know I cannot.
Your ancestors are souls in another realm. They will not despair of this stone's loss. Sometimes we must sacrifice what we treasure most to protect the ones we love.
Bury the past. Build the future.
Kira, I bow my head in contrition. I fail you. I failed you and the true Druids of Ireland. For that, I truly apologize. I will speak to the kings and undo my rash decision. The land you have wished for is secure.
I hope it is so, Flam. Farewell. Farewell, Eivor.
Where will you go? How are you feeling?
Bruised, battered. But I'll live. Though it'll take some time to reclaim my pride.
Took a lot not to kill you.
If you wanted to, that was your chance. I suppose at the end of all this, it's safe to call you a friend.
See to it that Siegfried's reign is long, and you shall never know me as your enemy. Have you met with the other kings? I take it that is why you have come.
I have. The Inquisition is buried. High King is a leader to all who share in his land. You helped me see that. My only regret is not having understood it sooner.
Work to secure a future for all. Hero would be pleased with this outcome.
I know there is much that awaits you in England, Eivor. But you can set your boots in Ireland anytime you please.
Farewell, Flann. Until we meet again.
What do you think my father would make of all this?
Barith wanted to ensure the Dublin he left you could stand upright on its own two legs. And while he could not see it through, he would be proud you did.
I will never forget what you did for my family.
Our family, Siegfried. Keep well, and may your father's hugger be with you always. It shall with